a really good answer going forward in the future.
It was maybe like initially a bad matchup. This is a matchup though I'm excited to see, as we have Palutena versus Eclipz.
So we got Eclipz quite on an amazing run here versus the number 2 seed now against Arkdee. Yeah, being C20 here, up in losers quarterfinals, has fought so hard to make it here, and Arkdee wanting to get revenge on Mistral.
Yeah, and here's the scary thing is that, like, there's a question about, like, you know, when you play at least like players from different scenes, whether they have like experience like against the character, or like, you know, really good experience against a specific character. This player Arkdee though, we have like, you know, probably like arguably one of the best Falcos in the Midwest in Dice that Arkdee I think plays on the regular.
Yeah, and if it's not Dice, then it's definitely Eclipz. I feel like those two are very common to see at like the higher Midwest Falco level, Cypher 2 as well, and just with 3 Falcos running around in the Midwest, you get a lot of exposure, not only watching these Falcos play, but seeing, you know, playing against the character and understanding how they work. So Arkdee's got a lot of game knowledge here. Meanwhile, Eclipz still having some understanding of Palutena, but she's not as common a character in the Chicagoland region as she used to once be.
She used to be, like, you know, at her peak, and Arkdee certainly wants to keep, like, you know, asserting like how good this character is and how much she has in her kit. These players relatively even so far in between their percents as they're looking to get that possible initial kill.
Not quite. I mean, that's a little bit too high on that up tilt here. Eclipz, unfortunately, not finding the follow-up. They're really fighting for it. I'm interested to see who's going to get this first kill here. They're swapping back and forth, and that beautiful DI making Eclipz just survive a little bit longer as Arkdee just gets that back air and not quite finding it. I mean, they're going toe-to-toe looking for these kills.
They're going toe-to-toe. They're throwing out everything they have and quite literally the kitchen sink. He's going to claim that first stock as Eclipz is trying to get like maybe something like into a down tilt or even like, you know, something with an up tilt, but we saw it was a little bit too high percent to like to a kill necessarily.
This is getting that scary percent where Eclipz isn't able to really combo anything into like that back air or like up air potentially. It's going to have to be like a raw down tilt or something like that to find a kill, but this is not great. If he can manage to get back on stage, that also would be great for him too. As Arkdee hard calls out that air dodge in, he is sitting pretty at 3 stocks.
It would be very lovely for a lot of hypotheticals. Arkdee certainly doesn't want to turn it into a reality though.
And I like that Arkdee short hopped over that down tilt Eclipz throughout after that forward air. He knew that that was the kill move that Eclipz was looking for, so great awareness on his part as he continues to extend his lead, now being 2-1 in stock counts currently.
And it's these little short hops from Arkdee. They're so, like, you know, tricky to try and mix. These Palutena players, both in Atreus and Arkdee, are so tricky when it comes to when they actually want to pull the trigger on those bears, on those bears.
I mean, you have to really do it right. You have to like scare your opponent a little bit, but you also can't get too willy-nilly with throwing them out constantly. You have to keep your opponent guessing on what you're looking for.
This back throw.
Good mash. Good mash.
Absolutely amazing mash. At least like to keep like that stock alive.
Yeah, just barely. And being able to get that reversal off it. Eclipz still in it after being, you know, that second stock getting obliterated just here, but he's looking for something a little bit more as Arkdee can shark underneath him looking for punish.
But here's, like, you know, the dangerous part. Eclipz, like you see, he's trying to play a little bit safer, not wanting to let Arkdee get, like, you know, any of these, like, necessarily raw hits. And there's so many raw hits from this Palutena. That will just absolutely decimate the entire Falco population.
Yeah, when in doubt, bear, and that's what Arkdee is currently doing here, just spacing out, because at 150, that's going to kill very soon. A grab mix-up, not quite killing, but it does shake up Eclipz quite a bit. That's an up throw?
Neutral air dodge. Is barely going to be living at this point, and good illusion as well. Does not want to be sharked by that Palutena up air. Such a threatening move at this point in time.
Okay, we'll see Eclipz maybe get something started, not finding the right roll read here. But I mean, this percent's getting closer and closer to where Rage might become a factor in Eclipz finding the kill here.
He's getting these initial up tilts, not able to, like, you know, fully get those sweet spots as they might expect, but that big bold shield from Palutena instead just going to immediately seal it out. You were kind of calling it out. I think I saw about 15 miss, but the only one that mattered hit when it needed to.
I mean, you see it with characters like Cloud, Fox, Wolf, all at ledge, back air, back air, back air, and it's a good reason why, because it's a good move that kills. Like,
Are you saying?
I mean,
Are you saying that Palutena is also a spacey?
well, she's in the heavens, so she might as well be from space.
I mean,
so.
look, we got a neutral B like projectile. We got a reflector and a down B. We got like
she can summon a black hole. I mean, that's spacey enough for me.
We got a black hole. We got mecha laser.
Yeah,
we got
yeah,
everything.
exactly.
She also got lasers, just like the Spaceys.
You know what? More power to her.
More power to her. More power to Eclipz at this point, as he wants to immediately turn this game number 2 back into his favor, getting the regrab off of that platform as well.
Okay. Yeah, 102% White the immediate. Oh, wow, what a call out, too. A 0 to death coming out from Eclipz. He is not giving up here. And especially after the second stock in game 1, he definitely needed to answer back with something like that onto Arkdee.
This isn't just answering back. This is Eclipz screaming to the heavens. He wants to continue his bracket run even further.
He went to church and prayed to Palutena and said, "You're next."
Oh, my God. He said that I only got one goddess, and you are not her.
Oh, man. But, I mean, look at Eclipz just putting on more of this pressure, just being able to space out a little bit more. Now that he has the lead, he's kind of using these fairs and nairs to kind of space out Arkdee and get a tiny bit of percent while he can, unfortunately falling to the bear. But, I mean, that percent always helps out a little bit with extra credit, but I think he's getting a little too frisky with it because Arkdee is answering back with his own nair train.
But this is also that prime percent where if Eclipz does able to get that up tilt into something, they could possibly get like the regrab off of the fair drag down on the platform and really possibly even seal off the stock from Arkdee at pretty early percents, all things considered.
Yeah, but he gotta find his feet back on stage here, not quite getting too comfortable as he's chased side to side by Arkdee. And getting poked out by these down tilts is just racking up more and more damage.
We'll say, though, it's like, good DI coming out from Eclipz. Those down tilts are so good, at least like normally to set up that kill like that Arkdee just wants to immediately follow up on. But instead just like drifting off that ledge is what Eclipz needs in order to take this initial game that was so much in his favor to continue to seal it into a game victory for himself.
He's really fighting back here after being on the back foot for so long. It's now both being even, both of them trying to find this quick kill to get that lead back. I like Eclipz going for that up smash just to punish Arkdee getting a little bit too aggressive, and he manages to keep the lead for just a little bit longer.
Good air dodge as well. Not wanting to rely on that lagginess from the Firebird necessarily, as Eclipz is taking this stock as far as he can go, and he might be able to take it even a little bit further, turn it into some good damage.
Not quite there. Another back air will close it out as Arkdee now fighting to get this game 2 started just to survive for a little bit longer. Closes out in a 3-0 fashion. But, I mean, Eclipz still hasn't given up. He's been doing a lot better of a job contesting with Arkdee throughout game 2.
Not been giving up, but it's kind of reminiscent of that initial start of the game. Eclipz was up, had a little bit of extra credit to kind of support him at this point. But this damage from Arkdee is just piling up more and more.
Very aggressive here, being back to even stock or even percents right now. Eclipz might be able to close it out here. He has to find out the correct lead, not letting Arkdee get his footing back on stage. Just a little bit more, he might be able to find it.
We're getting to the little awkward percent. The confirms might not necessarily come out from Eclipz. He's trying to get off stage with that fair or try to get something more raw with that down tilt that we know will probably take the stock at this point.
Yeah, these jumps are very aggressive from Eclipz. If he gets called out in a bad situation, Arkdee can turn this around in his favor. You see these short hops coming out, just getting a little bit of something, trying to find something aggressive. Another good mash from Eclipz, doing a great job at mashing those sticks to get out of Arkdee's hands.
This mash from Eclipz is really saving him, or giving him a chance to even contend even further than he already is in this game.
Yeah, and I think that Arkdee noticed that, so that's why he only went for one pummel and then the grab, because I think Eclipz would have gotten out once again.
He might have gotten out once again. Down tilt, barely even, I think, going to be a little bit of a sour spot, so it's not going to take the kill just yet, but another one is certainly going to take at this point if he does manage to land that little sweet spot, and we can tell that he is looking for it. This bird wants to pick up some seeds off the ground.
One hard call out from either player will get the game in their favor, is now we're just trading blows back and forth here. Eclipz has to chase. He's at this percent where he can't confirm anything, and now not having stage control, it's going to be difficult for him to find it. Oh my god, Butterfingers.
We're sitting in shield. We're just waiting. We don't even want to throw out attacks at this point. The drop so near!
Barely! Wow! Arkdee barely got the end hit of that Nair to be able to close that out, and I think the amount of percent that was on Eclipz just sent him in the blast zone way too fast for him to be able to make it back.
I'm not sure if like Arkdee could have even recovered from them. That might have been like a do or die situation.
That's what I was wondering too, just because of PS2's blast zones at the bottom.
I mean, it's a question of woulda, coulda, shoulda. All I know is that Arkdee could have, and he did. He took this all the way like to a 2-0, which was off the back of a pretty like consistent like 0 to death from Eclipz at the start of the game.
Yeah, that first stock was very huge for Eclipz, but now he has to fight his way back with a reverse 3-0, or he will be out of the bracket after such a long Cinderella run throughout this tournament.
This Cinderella run wants to go a little bit more. I think that everyone in this crowd wants to see a happy ending. They want to see these players like go far. Everyone loves a good underdog story. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, seeing Eclipz go this far, really happy for the turnout that he's been putting on today. I mean, Arkdee is just not letting him forward anymore at this point.
Yeah, Arkdee wants to get their spot, at least get back in Grand. You might not have made it to the winners finals, but let's be real, you're the number 2 seed. They're still gonna try and plant their spot, their flag in Grand Finals.
I mean, C2 and C3 are going to be fighting potentially in losers semis here, as Atat is waiting on the other side of the losers semis. So that is going to be quite the match, as they were scheduled for losers finals and not semis.
I love that. Kind of like Eclipz catching on to a little bit of that skittish behavior from Arkdee, getting a roll read as Eclipz trying to put on a little bit more of that damage, but the call out instead, it was Eclipz being a little skittish at this point in time.
Unfortunately, that spot dodge, yeah, getting called out just a little bit too soon, but I mean, Eclipz wanted to go for it because racking on that extra percent is so important. So, unfortunate fail, but at the same time, Arkdee was very smart to wait out the spot dodge just enough to be able to punish that. Really did a good job at calling that out.
They're waiting out their spot dodges, and now suddenly the defensive play is out the window. Both these players are throwing literally everything that they have at the wall to try and get a little bit more damage, to get a little bit of those extra combo starters, because let's be real, this is the percent where both these characters, they love every single combo they can get, and they could turn it into possibly those really big kills that they need.
Yeah, definitely. Those reversals are so huge here, especially this late into bracket. As now both of them sitting at this even percent, we've seen this tail time and time again throughout this set of both them being at kill percent, and both of them just trying to look for that one safe option to find their kills.
Trying to look for that one safe option, and that safe option has certainly been tried, tested, delivered from Arkdee. We've seen it so many times in the past, and it's just so reliable. It's so good, and Eclipz just hasn't found a way to really deal with it so far in these first 2 games.
No, he quite hasn't. I mean, he's answering back with at least keeping up in percent and stocks. It's just that, I mean, Arkdee's been doing a really good job in trying to stay ahead while he can.
Doing, such a good job of maintaining his presence, to maintain the stage control, as you're kind of alluding to.
That was a wasted double jump. I don't think Arkdee noticed in time. But, I mean, Eclipz saved one time here, but he doesn't have much time left potentially if he has to find this stock really soon.
He might not be long for this world. He certainly wants to make Arkdee feel like it as well. The Nair not going to fully connect, and the barely a little air dodge going to make it past any one of these up smashes from Eclipz.
I mean, this has just been Eclipz's downfall of Arkdee getting too high in percent to where anything limited combo, it has to be just one stray hit to be able to find this kill once again. Going to be the Nair comboing from the Laser Blaster. Eclipz has another chance to make it out of here into Game 4.
Get another, chance at light, another spot, another down smash actually from Arkdee, reminiscent of that game number 1. It's not going to be panning out necessarily as much big dividends as that first game.
No, Eclipz was ready for that this time, but he might not be able to survive another hit here, as Arkdee answers with getting a grab, and yeah, he is able to close it out with the 3-0 fashion.
That was kind of waiting for that skittish option. He sat there waiting for the air dodge in. He was prepared with that up air, and
he didn't use that up air quite often throughout that set too. That was a good way to track Eclipz's movement in that last part.
That's good presence of mind, and to maintain that composure into what was some pretty close games with Eclipz.